Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we're doing a hyperpigmentation showdown. Everything you need to know when it comes to fading dark spots, discoloration, and hyperpigmentation. The do's, the don'ts, the good, the bad, we're covering it all in today's video. Now, interestingly, hyperpigmentation or an uneven skin tone is the #1 reported skin concern that people are trying to tackle with their skincare routines. Now, it can be really difficult to get on top of, but don't worry, because in today's video, in under 15 minutes, I'm going to give you everything you need to know to get your hyperpigmentation game on point. Sit back, relax, let's start the hyperpigmentation showdown. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you everything that I've learned on my hyperpigmentation journey. For me, this has been 5 years in the making. There's been a lot of trial and an awful lot of error, and I want to share with you what's worked for me, what I've learned throughout that journey, so hopefully it could just make your own experience that a little bit smoother. I would love to know, though, any hints, tips, and hacks or favorite products that you guys have when it comes to hyperpigmentation, so sound off in the comments section below. This is actually part of a skincare showdown series that I'm running here on the channel, and in case you missed any of the installments, I've pulled them all together in a playlist which I will leave a link to up there. If you're enjoying this, which is designed to be a little bit of a back to basics 101 for various skin concerns, make sure to let me know by reaching down and giving the video a big thumbs up and a like. The more likes a video gets, the more widely YouTube will distribute it on its platform, so from the bottom of my heart, love to each and every one of you. Now, without further ado, let's cut that waffle and delve straight on in. So today is all about hyperpigmentation. Dark spots, discoloration, uneven skin tone, call it what you want. It's all just the uneven distribution of pigment pooling in the skin. This can really dent people's skin confidence, and there's lots of different causes and forms of hyperpigmentation. But don't worry, all the advice that I give in today's video will work universally. No matter what your cause or the form of dark spots and discoloration, this will work, and I've got you covered. I've left the links to all the products mentioned in the description box below, so if you wanted to check the price point, read the reviews, make a purchase, all there for your convenience. And I'm going to start out with the positive vibes, the things that you should be doing in your skincare routine when it comes to achieving a more even skin tone. We're then going to talk about some of the things to avoid, some of the common pitfalls and mistakes, which I certainly made. Then at the end, I'm going to share with you my absolute favorite hyperpigmentation serums, like my top 5 guaranteed results, and most of them are absolutely budget friendly too. If you want to jump to one section of the video over another, I've left some timestamps down in the description box below. So let's kick things off with the do's. What should we be doing when it comes to fading dark spots and tackling hyperpigmentation? Well, #1, using multiple actives. Hyperpigmentation is one of the trickiest things to tackle with over-the-counter topical skincare. I know when I started my journey, I tried a couple of serums, didn't really get a whole lot of results and gave up. I then tried again, same story, repeated time and time again. It's only when I realized that because hyperpigmentation is so tricky to treat, you need to use a blend of multiple different actives to actually achieve the results. Now, this for me doesn't mean adding 15 different serums back to back in your skincare routine. It means being strategic. Choosing hyperpigmentation serums that are already formulated with multiple actives all combined together within them, making it super simple. One product, but majorly elevated results. And like I said, at the end of the video, I'm going to be sharing with you my absolute favorite multi-active formulations. But just know that one active to target hyperpigmentation probably isn't going to cut it. You're going to need to combine multiple ones, but thankfully in 2025, lots of brands actually do that for us with their serums. So yeah, multi-active approach is where it's at. Now, second on my do's when it comes to hyperpigmentation is do make sure we're tackling cause and effect. Instead of just going into attack mode, which I think a lot of us are naturally disposed to do when it comes to tackling a skin concern. You know, we want to fade that hyperpigmentation, attack those dark spots. Instead of doing that, first and foremost, look at what the cause is and use some ingredients to tackle that. Then work on fading the existing hyperpigmentation, and really I think this two-pronged approach is what's going to give you the very best results. An example is most hyperpigmentation will find its root cause in inflammation and irritation in the skin. Inflammation is the #1 trigger for excess pigment production. So whilst you might be using actives to fade the hyperpigmentation you have, Also, make sure you're using things like tranexamic acid, a great calming and soothing ingredient which can actually reduce inflammation at source. So it means that excess pigment is no longer continually being produced. You're going to be eradicating it with selective actives, but you're also going to be preventing that excess pigment just reforming again. Making sure that we tackle cause and effect is really crucial, and that's something that I learned quite recently in my skincare routine. For me, adult acne is my number one hyperpigmentation cause, and using things like azelaic acid has helped me control my adult acne, and then I'm using potent actives to fade the scarring and the hyperpigmentation that I already have. Two-pronged approach for the very best results. Now, last but by no means least, when it comes to the do's around hyperpigmentation, is do know the strengths of actives you're using. Lots of brands still in 2025 hide behind this mask of proprietary blend or hidden formulas. We don't have time for any of that nonsense. If you're going to get the very best results, you need to know what concentration of actives you're actually using so you can use the right ones for your individual skin's needs. All of the potent hyperpigmentation actives work best at specific concentrations, and we need to make sure that the serum we're reaching for is using it in those strengths. If brands are hiding what concentrations they are, treat that as a big red flag and avoid at all costs. The 5 products that I'm going to share with you later on in the video are all fully transparent. They declare their percentages so we know exactly what we're putting on our skin, and we know that we're using high potency, high concentration actives to actually deliver us the best results. I tried a lot of hyperpigmentation serums with undisclosed percentages, and none of them did anything, which to me is just indicative of what are these brands hiding. If you won't disclose your strength, it's probably because there's not a whole lot of that active in the product to begin with. So yeah, make sure we target our hard-earned coin at brands that are transparent and willing to share with us the strengths of their formulations so we know we can rest assured that we're using quality. Now, those are the 3 do's, things that are along the way I've definitely learned to make sure I am doing when it comes to hyperpigmentation. A couple of don'ts that are worth calling out too. First of all, don't cause irritation. Now, we spoke earlier in the video about how inflammation is one of the number 1 triggers for hyperpigmentation. So if you're using a serum which is causing a lot of intense redness, prickling, sensitivity and irritation, all of that might actually just be causing inflammation in the skin, leading to more hyperpigmentation. This is why I would usually say, as with anything in skincare, make sure you're choosing products which match your individual skin's needs. If you have super sensitive skin, go for something a little bit more gentle. If you have really resilient skin, you can push that strength to something more potent. But if the product that you're using to tackle your hyperpigmentation is causing sensitivity, redness, burning and irritation, it's probably actually doing more harm than good. Stop. Take it down a notch to a more gentle formula and you'll just get better results. Just be very, very mindful of the levels of inflammation and irritation in the skin, because that's the number 1 cause of the hyperpigmentation in the first place. And another don't is don't forget your SPF. You can do all of this that I'm preaching in today's video. You can use the very best serums on skincare planet Earth. But if you're not using your sunscreen alongside them, you might as well not bother. That's because, again, the sun-induced hyperpigmentation is a real thing. And a lot of the actives that we use to fade hyperpigmentation can increase sun sensitivity. So just make sure that you're using a really good broad spectrum sunscreen alongside any hyperpigmentation treatment, because without it, it's kind of not worth doing anything, if I'm totally honest. Be consistent with your sunscreen. That's like step 1, and then you can add in actives afterwards. So with all that being said, the do's and the don'ts, let's just go on to the meat of today's video, which is my top 5 hyperpigmentation recommendations. And the reason I wanted to film this video today is I recently spoke about one of my current newest discoveries and how good it was, and a lot of you guys said, could we have a compare and contrast, which is kind of this section of the video. So let's start with what is one of my personal favorites, and that's the Theramid Even In Serum. I love this so much, I covered it in an entirely separate video, which I'm going to leave a link to up there. This has so many amazing ingredients which not only fade the hyperpigmentation, but also stop it at its root, reducing inflammation, irritation, restoring equilibrium. This is a really potent product that doesn't cost the earth, is really accessible in terms of its price point, and I think the blend of ingredients you're getting here really are next level, from things like tranexamic acid to other brightening ingredients. It works. it packs a punch, and they actually guarantee results in 8 weeks, which for me was reason enough to buy it and try it. Most serums, however good they are, will take around 3 to 6 months to really start showing results on hyperpigmentation. So you know this works quickly when they say 8 weeks. That turnaround is worth it. This product is just phenomenal. Now, I will say, not available in the US currently because of the tariffs and the customs charges. Theramid have decided not to ship to the US. So if you're in the US, this won't be an option for you. But for the rest of the world, absolutely. I'd say this is definitely in that top 5 best hyperpigmentation serums. Fully transparent with the percentages and just great blends of all those actives that we would expect. Now, another great recommendation for the US consumer, so if you're watching from the US and you can't get the Theramid, you could absolutely try this. This is the remedy for dark spots. Again, love this. It's very similar to that Theramid one in terms of using that multi-active approach. And if you turn to the side here, they actually state the percentages of everything on the box. This is what I mean by transparency. Let's applaud and celebrate these brands that are transparent. This, phenomenal. You've got your encapsulated retinoids, you've got your mandelic acid, your glutathione, that's a great ingredient for fading hyperpigmentation, tranexamic acid, kojic acid, licorice root. So much here, and full percentage disclosure, so you know you're getting a good dose of all those ingredients. This really does pack a punch again, and I would say probably will work in between 8 to 12 weeks. So maybe not as quick as that Theramid one, but definitely still up there when it comes to speed of results and the quality of the formulation. I love this one. Now, I have got a little discount code for that one, again for Remedy, down in the description box below if you did want to try it out. It saves 15%. Better in your pocket than a brand's, I always say, and that will definitely help out. But yeah, Remedy, particularly if you're shopping from the North American market where Theramid can be hard to get hold of, this is a great option. Now, third on this list is actually a product from my own brand. This is the Mad About Skin Light Chemical Peel Gel. I wanted to create something slightly different when it comes to hyperpigmentation, still using those key ingredients. This is actually the highest dose of kojic acid, one of the best brightening ingredients and hyperpigmentation treatments you can find. This is the highest dose available over the counter, mixed with glycolic acid, lactic acid, salicylic acid, and other brightening ingredients to really give a comprehensive treatment for hyperpigmentation. But because this is so potent, this actually only needs to be used twice a week. So if you're somebody that wants to fade your hyperpigmentation without having to have a serum used every single day, this could be a great twice weekly option for you. Keeps things streamlined, meaning you don't have to slot in an extra serum into your existing routine daily. Use this a couple of times a week and you will really get those results. This is powerful. So like I say, don't push it. Once or twice a week is all you need, and you'll see that hyperpigmentation fade away, a smoother skin texture appear, and definitely gives an instant glow up and boost to your skin confidence. Because I'm so passionate about making sure people get their sunscreen right alongside their hyperpigmentation treatment, I thought I'd do a cheeky little deal with this one. So if you buy this product, put one of these into your basket, and you also put one of our sunscreen alongside it. This is our Protect and Hydrate sunscreen. If you put both of these into your basket, you'll actually get the sunscreen 50% off. So a half-price sunscreen when you buy it alongside the Light Chemical Peel Gel. All you need to do is put both of these products into your basket, and then at checkout, you'll see that the sunscreen is half price. My way of encouraging you guys to make sure you've got a truly broad spectrum sunscreen alongside your hyperpigmentation treatment and making it as cost effective as possible. This is actually the cheapest product that I'm recommending today, under £20 for a really robust hyperpigmentation treatment, and you can get a sunscreen alongside it for half price. So just my way of paying it forward and hopefully making sure your skincare routine is as affordable as possible. If you don't want the sunscreen, I have also put a discount code for this one down in the description box below if you just want to buy it on its own. It's really up to you, but all the information is down in the description box. My way of saying to you guys, skincare doesn't need to break the bank. You can get high quality and effective at a really affordable price. Now, one brand that I've been a huge fan of since they launched, and I've probably used continuously in my skincare routine for the past 5 years, is Allies of Skin. And this is their brightening treatment. This is the Azelaic and Kojic Advanced Clarifying Serum. Now, I'd say this is probably best for people whose hyperpigmentation is triggered by breakouts adult or teenage acne, and they want to get on top of those breakouts and fade any associated hyperpigmentation, scarring, or discoloration. This probably works the very best for me because, as I said earlier in the video, my hyperpigmentation is triggered by my adult acne. And this contains kojic acid, which again is a feature in a lot of these serums, really helping driving forward that hyperpigmentation results. But it also contains azelaic acid, which calms, soothes, and has acne fighting benefits too. This also has a potent blend of other brightening ingredients, which again, they list all the percentages and the ingredients on the front. Full transparency, which is something I think we should definitely be applauding in 2025. And whilst this doesn't come with the cheapest price tag out there, this could be an absolute holy grail if you're somebody who's still breakout prone, sees that hyperpigmentation as a result of that acne and wants to get on top of it and fade any scarring. This is an absolute dream. I do find a little goes a long way. I actually use this twice a day because it's so amazing, but one of these will last me 2 months. And I have got a 20% discount code for this, which will bring the price down a little bit for you. Again, I've linked that down in the description box below. One of my personal favorites, and I'd say great for people that are looking for a more even skin tone and also to combat any breakouts, any skin congestion that they might have. Now, last but by no means least, a brand which you guys have always been recommended to me, and that's Regimen Lab. Now, it can be a little tricky to get here in the UK, though they do actually do free shipping over a certain amount internationally, so you can now get it more accessibly than previously. They have their hyperpigmentation, which is actually their level serum. And this, again, packed full of all the things you'd expect. You've got your tranexamic acid, you've got your blend of different acids in terms of exfoliators and hyperpigmentation treatments, and you've got some brightening agents too. I'd say this is definitely up there in terms of potency, so if you have very sensitive skin, this might not be for you. Opt for one of the other options I've mentioned today. But if your skin is more resilient, not prone to sensitivity, this could work really, really well. I have tried it some time ago. It became very difficult to get here in the UK, like I said. So I tried it and I haven't been able to be continuous with it because it was difficult to get. But I tried it and I started to see results in about 9-10 weeks time. So again, super quick turnaround and a really nice option. Again, particularly if you're shopping in the US or Canada, where Regimen Lab is really easy to get your hands on. I love this, and it's thanks to you guys recommending it that I tried it in the first place, and I definitely wasn't disappointed. So, there you have it, guys. The hyperpigmentation showdown. The do's, the don'ts, the good, the bad, and hopefully a few serum recommendations which combine multiple different actives, making it so easy to get the very best results. I think in 2025, we need to ditch the single active hyperpigmentation serums and focus on comprehensive formulations of blends of the key ingredients to deliver us the very best results. All 5 of these products definitely do that, and hopefully there's something for every skin type and budget for you. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, and wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.